Nerderotic.com.
Welcome back to Nerdrotic. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from Nerdrotic.com, and we need to talk about the bosses of Doctor Who, Chris Chibnall and the BBC. They have absolutely no shame. Now, in my last video, which I did about a week ago, link will be in the description, I talked about the possible return to the Russell T Davies and early Moffat eras. Well, Screen Rant talked about it, but we do have a confirmed return of the Jadoon, possible return of Osgood, and rumors of Rose, which I highly doubt. But it looks like we are not actually getting a return to that era. It would be nice. I don't think the current crew is capable of it because those series were fun. They were actually fun. Fun, thrilling adventures. That's why we watched Doctor Who. Not a lot of deep thought going on in a Doctor Who episode. They are certainly intelligent, but not really that deep. And that's why I enjoy it. It's escapism. Doctor Who is perfect escapism, but not anymore. And certainly they have had historical figures in the past. And while anytime a historical figure is used, you can certainly say it's exploitive because it is. Hollywood and the BBC don't bring in historical figures or do historical dramas to actually teach anybody a lesson because they're overly dramatized. They change too much of the actual history. Even in The Great Chernobyl, there is a lot of changes, and it's done to make money. It's done to get attention, to make money for the company that is creating the show. It is not done for the greater good. As much as they say it is, it's not. The Rosa episode was a great example of superficial wokeness and political correctness. We are told these episodes are made to create conversations. Well, the only conversation created by Rosa was, why are there space racists? And it didn't move anything forward. And they decided to weave in the Doctor and her companions and put them on the bus so we could all experience the guilt together. And it won exactly one award, I think. And that was the whole reason that episode was made. And they had to make up that award to do it. Well, it looks like they want to double down on this with the second episode of Series 12. This comes from Cult Box. From Cult Box, written by Andrea Layford, Doctor Who Series 12 Episode 2 features French Resistance heroin. And sometimes, in these current times, I wonder if I should have taken up heroin myself. We previously reported that Belgian actress Aurora Marion will guest star in Doctor Who Series 12. A further look at Marion's Instagram account reveals she will portray World War II wireless operator Noor Inayat Khan, posthumously awarded the George Cross for her service in the Special Operations Executive when she fought real bad guys. So here we are in these hyperbolic, divisive political times, and we have so much of our entertainment playing into what is really overblown narratives. Certainly, there are bad factions out there on all sides, but the show that used to bring people together, be a message of hope, is going to use this woman's story to not so subtly push their agenda, yes, their agenda, and score themselves some woke points within their very elite community so they could pat each other on the back at their cocktail parties. Inayat Khan was a British Women's Auxiliary Air Force service member of Indian and American descent, trained for wireless operation and fluent in French. As an SOE agent, she became the first female wireless operator to be sent from Britain into occupied France to aid the French resistance during World War II, and is Britain's first Muslim war heroine. Again, I don't want to show this woman any disrespect, so I will link 2 videos from here on YouTube that tell you the story of her life, because I do think it should be told, just not within Doctor Who. I don't think Doctor Who was the place for this. Now, I did live streams right after every episode of Series 11, and I did one for Rosa. And within that live stream, I jested with the people in the live chat that, well, now that we've done this, where are we going to go next? Are we going to go to those evil German places where people went and they did not return? Of course, I'm not going to name them because YouTube doesn't like it. And I'm not going to name those Germans. I'm just going to call them the evil Germans. Again, I was joking, but it looks like we are going to go there. And that's the problem I have with this story. If they were telling the early story of her life, I wouldn't have much of a problem with it. But we are telling the story of the end of her life and where it ended. In October of 1943, Noor Inayat Khan was captured and interrogated by the Nazi occupation force, and after 2 escape attempts, I wish he would have gotten away, was executed at Dachau, September 13th, 1944. The tag on the wardrobe indicates Inayat Khan's execution scene will be featured in scene 75 of episode 2. Chris Chibnall and the BBC have absolutely no shame, and before I get clapped back, be careful not to be hypocritical, because if some hardcore right-wing Christian organization decided to do a biopic on any historical figure, everybody would have a problem with it because of the political bias, and I don't see any difference here at all. And I think this is pure exploitation. But it gets worse. Though Noor Inayat Khan has the same surname as the Doctor's companion Yaz, there is not yet any information on whether or not it will be revealed in episode 2 that they are related to each other. And considering the new Who fandom, I wouldn't be surprised if they started shipping the Doctor and this Khan like they are shipping Yaz and the Doctor. And that's where we are with Doctor Who. And again, Chibnall and the BBC have absolutely no shame exploiting this woman's story for their ends. Now, an interesting development. The Instagram has been removed since I started recording this video, but good thing I saved it. Aurora Marion probably removed this from her Instagram because it's a spoiler. But she might have removed it because it's a spoiler of a very controversial episode and the BBC and Chris Chibnall aren't ready for the clapback that they're going to get. And the response we're going to get if we criticize the episode, because I haven't seen it yet, but I certainly don't like the content I'm hearing, the argument we're going to get over here is we're alt-right trolls, or we're from a certain side. No, I want Doctor Who to be fun, to be for everybody, and I know what the biased BBC is all about. Let's not mince words here. They're about pushing their agenda, and that's why they are using this brave woman and exploiting her and using Doctor Who to do it. And it's foul, and it's deceitful, and it is dividing fan bases left and right. We have to deal with this in Star Trek and Star Wars and Marvel Comics, and we're sick and tired of it, and we're sick and tired of being attacked because of your superficial storytelling and you trying to shield yourself from criticism using historical figures, exploiting historical figures, and using identity politics to hide behind. This is Hollywood we're talking about. This is the BBC. These are superficial people telling superficial stories with the human depth of your average puddle.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.